In the graveyard of a devoured star, something bloomed, and then ruptured. Lesion seeds, bone-wrapped, gland-fed weapons of waiting, were flung into the dark. They did not seek. They simply fell, to anywhere that might grow. One seed found earth. It landed in silence, rooted deep beneath ancient stone, wrapped in ossicapsule armor, its core glands suspended in sleep. And so it waited, not for prey, but for ripeness. Centuries passed, civilization swelled, and with it, so did the signals. Stress, craving, fear. Humanity became loud, so loud, the seed finally heard them. It stirred, its glands unfurled, its hunger returned. The lesion was no longer dormant. It was listening, and then someone touched it. The infection didn't begin with a monster. It began with a handshake. One of the miners, curious, perhaps reckless, made the mistake of touching the lesion seed. Moments later, he collapsed into violent convulsions, his body seizing before slipping into unconsciousness. The lesion seed is no ordinary object, a biological spore weapon, encoded in bone and bred for invasion, launched across space from a festering alien world long since devoured by its own infection. Roughly 3 meters tall, its form is womb-like, layered with soft ivory bone, ancient glandular tissues, and slumbering sensory nodes, waiting. It does not seek all life. It hungers only for beings with high neural complexity and rich emotional energy. Until then, it lies dormant, drawing in geothermal heat, whispering through the stone, biding its time, until a signal awakens it, the presence of abundant food. Contact is contamination. Upon physical interaction, the seed releases microspores, invisible to the eye, penetrating skin, lungs, thought. And just like that, their lives begin. Panicked, the other miners rushed the fallen man to the medical unit, unaware that the true infection had already taken root. Hour 1 to 3. The transformation begins quietly. Sensory nerves stretch outward, forming a creeping web of neural mycelium. Motor coordination falters. The host twitches, mutters nonsense, and begins to hallucinate. Faces melt, walls breathe, shadows whisper. Language disintegrates into fragmented syllables. Words become weightless. Hour 4 to 9. The brain is no longer his own. Lobe by lobe, the architecture is rewritten, not for thought, but for secretion. Old memories dissolve, overwritten by a new template of obedience, a hive-coded response system designed for efficiency and silence. Hour 24. The body no longer resembles its former self. Joints lock, bone pierces flesh, reforming in unnatural geometry. Organs shift. He crawls on all fours, jerky, insectile, no longer speaking, only wheezing through clenched teeth.
Status update. Host fully subjugated. Nervous system integrated into bioform production loop.
Then, he wakes up, his eyes open, not in panic, but in eerie calm.
I don't remember what I was doing before I touched it. I'm not dying, I'm becoming useful.
Without warning, he leans over and vomits a thick, translucent secretion onto the attending doctor. Chaos erupts, screams fill the medical bay. The doctor collapses, gasping, spasming. Alarms blare. Security arrives. They find the man hunched over, twitching violently, body rigid like a crusted exoskeleton. When they move to restrain him, he lunges. A brief but violent struggle ends with the host subdued, sedated and locked inside an isolation chamber. The remaining medical personnel scramble to stabilize the infected doctor. Some weep, others whisper. No one notices the faint mist condensing along the isolation glass. Something inside the host is still growing. The creature has been given a name, Flesh Drudge 0. It is the first of its kind to be documented, a bio-slave organism bound to the alien entity known as Carno Organica. There is no independence left in it, no instinct, no will, only function. The flesh drudge serves with grotesque purpose, a laborer designed for a hive that builds with bone and feeds on thought. Its roles include transporting biological materials across hive sectors, retrieving unconscious or wounded humans to be used as future hosts, hemocrypt draining, the slow extraction of neural blood matter, spore dispersal through breath, skin, or glandular spray, butchering or relocating corpses of prey no longer useful, assisting the construction of larger hive structures with its own flesh and bone. Meanwhile, the infected doctor, who had collapsed 3 days earlier, remains in a deep coma until today. After 72 hours of silence, he opens his eyes. He claims to feel better. His vitals are stable. No trace of the secretion remains in his system. The medical team, exhausted but relieved, clears him for discharge. Soon, the doctor resumes daily routines, eating, walking, speaking, smiling even. But something is off. His gait is slightly delayed. His speech has an echo, too perfect, too rehearsed, and when no one's looking, he stares at walls too long, as if listening. Whatever left his body untouched did not leave. Beneath the skin, something older and more patient waits. The horror has only just begun. The doctor has returned to his normal routine, or so it seems. In truth, he is no longer just a man. He is a host, his body repurposed as a factory for alien biology. Every drop of his blood, every trace of sweat, saliva, or breath is now a living bioproduct designed to infect others. Contact is contamination, a handshake, a cough, a moment of shared air. That's all it takes, then it happens. Without warning, the doctor collapses, clutching his chest. He coughs once, then vomits a stream of dark blood onto the sterile floor. Before anyone can react, the blood solidifies mid-air. The liquid crystallizes into jagged, pulsating shards, dark red, veined with glimmers of light. Hemocrypt, a substance forged from blood condensation, emotional energy, and neural trauma. It is more than crystal. It is a power source, exactly what the alien entity Carno Organica hungers for. Panic erupts, alarms blare, medical staff scream, security is summoned, the doctor is restrained, for now. But then, a fresh horror unfolds. In another part of the facility, Flesh Drudge Zero has escaped. The reinforced glass window of its containment unit lies shattered, slick with acidic residue. Somewhere in the complex, the flesh drudge is loose, moving, hunting. Security is deployed immediately. They must locate and neutralize it before it reaches another host. Because if they fail, this isn't just an outbreak, it's the beginning of extinction. This is only the beginning, the first stirrings of Carno Organica's awakening. More individuals begin to show the same symptoms as the old doctor. Infection spreads, silent and unstoppable. And then, someone witnesses something even stranger. Something that should not be possible.